Hey, Leta, welcome to this week's Tap Tuesday. So, one question people often ask me as your mom is how the heck does Leta do video shoots? With her autism, how is she able to go out and do things like go record a video shoot or go record a taps video shoot?
My mom do all the human interactives with for me.
Yeah, but
Even
things
things
tend to not be perfect on a video shoot. There's always something,
things aren't perfect in life.
but I think a lot of people, especially those who go through neurotypical people, autistic people do have troubles a lot of times with like OCD as a secondary diagnosis and needing things to follow a specific order.
Yes, and I have two parents with ADHD that keep changing plans on me every 5 seconds. So the goal then to learn how to be okay with stuff changing on you is to have two parents with ADHD that now have no schedule.
I feel so loved. I feel so loved. But it's even more than that. I mean, you've been on professional video shoots. We're going out to do a video shoot for you and the studio this Thursday. We have never actually been out to this location. Someone else did the scouting for us. Is how do you deal with things where you have not even actually been to the location we're shooting at before?
Uh, I saw that.
Good thing. We also it's an outdoor shoot. I can't control everything. And people are like, "Well, she's autistic. You have to control the weather and everything." How do you do it?
I have two parents with ADHD for the whole night. So yeah, and two parents with ADHD. Also, I live in the world. Also, I leave my house. So yeah. I don't know what problems you people think I have mentally, but I don't have mental problems. So do therapy for said problems.
Not for this one, because when your therapist told me this is how you get her to deal with schedule changes, I rolled my eyes and went, "You are absolutely not used to being autistic, are you?"
Again, I have two parents with ADHD. I am by now used to it.
They were asking me, they were telling me how they were going to do it. And my response to it was, "That is cute. That is adorable. That would drive me bonkers." Because it was thing I mean, I get where it's coming from neurodivergent minds and for people who are autistic who were diagnosed later, like, "Oh, you have to have, like, the schedule on a calendar."
Come on, see what she does. Because as a plus, we have a big and Pitbull. What do you think? What do you think? We have big and Pitbull.
I think a lot of people and this has been a thing for, like, ever, like, they did tell me, like, "Oh, you need to, like, do these transitions to get through your schedules and blah, blah, blah." And
And
I think
yeah, when I start actually having a schedule that isn't on this day we go to North Pole, come back to me.
but I think a lot of stuff that people expect, that we have done with you, it's like, "No, you think that this has been done this way, and none of this has been done this way." And I think you have to learn in the long run, you kinda do have to kind of figure out how to do it the right way, but, I think so many and this is gonna sound weird, so many of the therapies have been based off of, people
Those
who are not.
neurotypical people.
No, it's that they're neurotypical and they're trying to come up with the idea for the therapies, but, like, I am looking at, the weather map, because did we check the weather map beforehand? No, we did not. That would have been good, but Wendy is my buddy. Wendy is my buddy. I love Wendy. Um, Especially when we're doing shoots, but how many times have I been like, "Hey, we've gotta add a shoot and or do something," and then I'm looking at something going, no."
Well, we forgot snacks.
We have definitely forgotten snacks, but I mean, we have like, I am currently trying to see what the weather is going to be like later this week. Did I think to check the Windy app when we were making this plan? No, I did not. And it better dang well be, perfect because it's going to be, we have no choice, correct, kiddo? You're like, I'm ignoring you. But no, what helps you prepare for a shoot? Like, we're going out to Antler Creek on Thursday to do this golf-inspired
Prepare
shoot.
for a shoot,
You prepare.
pears, pears, I need pears.
Get
Get
ready
ready
for a
for a shoot.
shoot.
I do the stuff I'm told to do, and then I just proceed to go now. How all can go wrong in one step while this all proceeds to go wrong.
Which
How
I'm
the fuck it
looking at
looks good
Wendy.
on camera?
Speaking of which, I just looked at Wendy, and the good news is it's only 14 miles an hour sustained winds on Thursday, supposedly when we're shooting.
And you remember the Milo Murphy show? Yeah, that's basically it. I basically just be like Milo Murphy.
Is there
I'm
anything
just going with Milo Murphy's autistic because it seems too relatable to my own life.
is there anything that helps you outside of just realizing Milo Murphy and Murphy's Law is the way we all work? Is there anything that really does help you prepare in the days leading up to a shoot?
Yeah, remember?
Let's move to the day of the shoot. Other than Starbucks is your friend, usually because these shoots are not like, oh, let's like the shoot we're looking at will be about 45 seconds to 90 seconds. And how long will we be recording to get that 45 seconds to 90 seconds, Lita?
Says on good Kate.
But I think sometimes when people see the finished product, especially with your dance things, they're thinking, oh, she got that done. And that was great. That was 30 seconds. How many times have you heard one more time?
When it's you and me doing the shoot, just a few. When it's me doing a salt hot shoot, I yes, it's 12 p.m. at night. We start and like what? That's I'm sorry. You might leave it out. Sorry, it's did us. Really, but so we were done. Well, proceeding to go then. It was like for dinner, flop in a bed, wake up, go, I'm starved. Let's proceed to our breakfast. And then you said, what we actually record the last one that was good? I'm pain. In pain. I listen, I'm in pain. See it. And literally do reviews. And so you don't talk, so
Miss Gail is coming out for this, so you may hear one more time.
yes. But it won't be 12 p.m. at night and me just going, I'm just not having dinner. I'm too tired.
I mean, one of the things is like, that's another question I get is Leah's on these shoots. You don't get any accommodations on the Soul Talk shoots. You get accommodations with me. You are running off Starbucks during a lot of these shoots.
And then one shoot.
And then once you're having
Yeah. I know that, but I'm afraid that you might need to remind the child to take off the security blanket. Don't look. And from me. And then they cross the feet gets caught. Yes, shed blood reads now. We're there to get my hands up so if I want my soul talk friend's mother. She stole my headset.
anywho, that's another thing is like you were so that's going back to how do you survive a shoot? You were running on Starbucks by the time we get there. Um, because yeah, and you've had like your headphones on during shoots and they took your headphones off, but like we went to a symposium on Friday at a college where you're like, I'm the only one without prescription headphones here.
What I was. I literally was. I know what prescription headphones look like. I wasn't.
Not saying anything. I'm like, you are just so used to having your headphones on that you also see other people's headphones. But like when Aurealis came and took your headphones, you still had to keep dancing even though your security blanket was gone. How do you do that?
I wasn't gonna mention her name before she bumps into
Yeah, I'm your
but,
mom, I get to.
yeah, I just survived.
Going on that same deal though, a lot of people would have had a full-fledged mental breakdown over it, and you're like, "I just survived." We're going out to where I am seriously looking at the, wind on the phone because we did not, check the wind beforehand, and it is going to be windy, which means your skirt could be flipping around. You're like, "Yay." Um, you've got sensory issues outside of the videos you do with mom, but even then, I can't fully control the sensory issues. How does it work having sensory issues on set?
I just do what I'm told to do, and I just survived. That's it. But then again, except if it's the noise thing, then I just go,
Well, for some reason, Antler Creek Golf Course said, "Hey, you can come film a tap video out here with your tappity tap sounds on." And
can we run into a moose?
no, I
Yeah, I
think
think
it's
it's
too
too
far
far
east
east
for
for moose.
mooses right now. But
I know, and you also said mooses, so like,
back to important part here. But you do have sound sensory issues, which people do not understand because you are a tap dancer. You make very loud noise with your feetsies, and you have major sensory issues. But you don't have them with your tap shoes. And we are going to a location where quiet is norm.
the what?
Oh, I mean, we're going to go record this on a golf course where usually don't talk, don't be loud, don't break people's concentrations.
I'm gonna make them suffer.
Well, because they're being really nice. They said we could have their golf course for
What?
free
No,
for
I meant
this.
the people who don't know I'm gonna be there.
I am hoping they're warning people. To the best of my knowledge, they are warning golfers about this as they're signing up for tee times. They're not like this is not, and we're gonna have a whole episode afterwards on this, I think, because this is gonna be crazyville. This is not, hi, we're going to go film this and record this in front of the clubhouse. Oh no, siree. They said we can go out to any hole we want. They're letting us have a golf cart. They're going bye-bye. Have a golf cart and go off on the path. And I'm sitting there going, oh, are you perhaps tizzy? Because this is a crazy idea to begin with. The idea that we can not recreate, the idea that we can do an homage to Fred Astaire's golf tap video and do a Leta style golf tap video. And somehow, God knows how, hopefully make this go semi decent amount of views. Maybe 10-20K would be nice, right, Leta?
What do you mean by Lita style? I don't got my own style.
What you don't have is Fred Astaire. You do not do Fred Astaire.
Okay, in my defense, hmm, I can grow up with a person.
Let's go. No, but I mean, no, you just don't do her last part. You don't do
Theater Ted.
theater tap. You don't. And Fred Astaire does that very upright, beautiful, graceful walk across, twirl your partner tap. That is not you. You are much more physical in your tap.
Oh, child.
That is exactly what you said when I went, "Hey, Gail saw this. She wants to do something like this. You don't know what the
Still
heck.
wrong child.
You've never held a golf club in your hand. You've never hit a golf club before. So we need to teach you how to golf while wearing tap shoes."
In my 20s, I'm gonna go.
I mean, but let's assume we pull this off. For some unbeknownst to mankind reasoning, let's assume we pull this off on Thursday, which is probably a big deal. We are asking you to step outside your comfort zone because we literally went, "Hey, Tizzy girl, here's a golf club. Here's a golf ball. You've never seen these before in real life. You never held one before in real life. We need you to hit that golf ball over that way.
Had a toy one. Then again, it was all made of black plastic.
We need you to hit an actual Callaway golf ball with actual, I think, Winton, I think is what Gail's letting you borrow, some a really fancy schmancy made specifically for her golf club. In, not only that, in Antler Creek's cute little skirt and shirt set for the golf course. We need you to look the part of a golfer, little one who's never even had a golf skirt on with shorts underneath, which hopefully is not too much different than your skirts and your bike shorts. And we need you not to freak out about this, and we need you to choreograph the whole thing.
Okay, so by the way, my version of choreograph is just maybe four, maybe three main tap moves that are just gonna stay when they're brought. That's why we're gonna go. I know.
Here's what I'm getting at. None of this makes sense for most autistic people. We have said, "Hi, Leta. See golf balls?" I mean, we like literally made you learn how to hit a golf ball for this thing.
Yeah, most of my life doesn't make sense for being a 14-year-old teenage
14-year-old teenage founder of a nonprofit organization and trying.
It's not like normal human beings ones. Just one. That doesn't include me being a baby. Just one. It doesn't include me being a baby, giving everybody this stink eye for no reason other than they pulled on the camera and tried to take a picture of it. And me giving them the stink eye.
May I speak? I have one for you. You want to hear my idea? You could, and bear with me here, you have dogs, and that is normal.
That's just a universal thing. I'm pretty sure even aliens have some alien version of a dog.
Okay. But no, what I'm saying is we throw a lot at you. Like, ignore the stuff Soul Talk throws at you. Last year, we're like, hey, we're doing this indoor outdoor thing, and Gail's going to try and choreograph you in a more Broadway style tap. That went well.
No, Dan. No, Dan. I can't.
This year, Gail's like, you get to choreograph yourself, but take golf ball, hit golf ball. You're doing wings where you're kicking the golf ball. You're coming out of whatchamacallit, turns where you're kicking a golf ball. I mean, we've got golf balls all over this piece.
Wait, what am I able to not ignore about Soul Talk?
I'm sure Miss Chloe makes you do some crazy things too. I've seen Miss Chloe make you guys do some crazy things. PJ and Richard at the diner. Case in point.
Okay.
Okay, but here's my thing. A lot of autistic people have to have a more rigid thing, and I'm sure part of it is my ADHD makes your need for rigidity have to go out the window.
I mean, your ADHD. The ADHD. They parents need it. I mean, rigid. I just, like, yes. I have learned to just go with the flow and everything will be okay if I just go with the flow. And if there's something that they really need to do, that if they don't do, I'll question them, remember, and then everything is bullshit. But I'm wanting them to remember things like very passionate adults. People like, we really don't nudge into doing what you need to do because your ADHD hates you. Faye and Laylee learn how to manipulate conversation so they don't feel like they're trying to Laylee bugging them about having to do what they need to do badly.
Well, and on top of this, the original plan for this was you were going to learn this, and this was going to be our piece that we were going to announce our golf tournament that we were hoping to hold next year. What this was the announcement. Instead, we're dropping this if we get 50 dancers coming to party with Party for Autistic Wings at Top Golf on November 9th. We are dropping, you're performing this live, preferably without, hitting anyone with a golf ball. And you look like you want to say
So,
something.
by the way, I made the bracelets to be a backup blanket for places I'm not allowed to wear my headphones. I don't well dancing. I just waited and when I'm not dancing and I'm not allowed to use my headphones. Cause yeah, when you're in public spaces, apparently you aren't allowed to put on your headphones and just listen to music.
Back to Dale's. Like above me is a cute little Cane's gift basket that we are auctioning off at a party for autistic wings, which you can join the silent auction from anywhere in the world. But this was not meant to be a try to get everyone to do 50 players for the party. This was meant to be the whole kickoff for the golf tournament that we still haven't planned yet because I'm so busy planning party, Colorado Gives Day, and I've got to start working on the pickleball stuff for next year. Yay, I am going crazy. Do not answer that. Do not answer that. I see that smirk on your face. Do not answer.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just remembering the funny part of. I'm sorry you. I'm sorry to totally just got me hyperfixated on. Oh yeah, Miss Ariel stole my headphones that one time for that one video shoot.
It's not that mommy suggested she might be going crazy.
No, I'm just hyperfixating on things I literally saw hyperfixating on last year.
Ah, the loveliness of hyperfixation. Anywho, so no, I mean, how much back to the sensory issues and you dealing with stuff. Outside has outside sensory issues like wind and like
Okay, I don't have crickets. I just don't like that they make so much noise. I don't have a fear.
you have a sensory issue. You have a sensory issue with crickets is what you have. You have a sensory issue surrounding crickets. You have a sensory issue surrounding the crickets. We all have sensory issues, kiddo. But I don't think there'll be crickets, but there might be crickets out there. But no, but that leads us back to the other question that I wanted to ask. When it comes to things like crickets, how do you handle that when we're out doing a shoot and there's crickets?
I don't use my mother for a shield, but if I have some other human being, I'll just use it for a shield. What? Is that my dad? The cricket get him.
Okay. You do not have a light sensitivity issue the same way other people do out in the real world. And we are once more, did I look at what the weather's going to be like that Thursday? No, that would have been smart when we were planning on this, wouldn't it have been? Like, yes. But it does look like there might be some low level cloud covering, but do you ever feel like, "Oh no, I don't like exactly how everything is out here in nature for this photo shoot?"
It's like nature. Mother Nature just does what Mother Nature wants to do. Random tsunami for like no reason, or random earthquake, random fire, random rain or random snow or random anything. It's really nature. What do you think I invented with two dogs? So what you know, me controlling nature now we had a dog.
The news is
I probably want to live in a household with two parents with ADHD.
kind of wish we were doing it Wednesday because that's when the cloud covering is. Thursday has no cloud covering, but it'll be fine. When doing these things, you also can't you and I we're going to be closer to the city than we usually are on this. You can't fix the sound, you can't fix this, you can't fix that. It's just it is what it is, right? You're complaining. What are some of the other than just totally zoning out and forgetting that we're doing it, what are some things you do to survive the sensory overload you might have?
I just freaking live with it.
So, question before we let you go, since we were talking about this again. What is one thing you're concerned about for the upcoming shoot?
It's me. You literally keep saying I have imposter syndrome, everything.
Mm. What's your over under or how many views do you think that your video is going to get when it drops November 11th? Okay, let's try
I
that again.
look like a blobfish when I'm dancing. I don't think anyone wants to see a dancing blobfish. Who wants to see a dancing blobfish? I look like a dancing blobfish when I dance. And then I look fish. Well, I dance. No, no, I don't think anybody wants to know what it looks like when the jellyfish decides to try to dance.
I'm over here yawning because I am not sleeping well trying to plan for Colorado Gives. Uh, yeah. So other than zero, because this is one of our big pushes for Colorado Gives and our campaign to get donors for your nonprofit autistic dance studio. If you could put it out there in the universe and go, this is how much or how many views I would want this to get, how many views would you want it to get?
Why are you asking this to the person who doesn't like being watched while they dance and yet does it anyways and don't know how they get over the fear of stage fright?
Okay.
Literally panicking inside because their feet when they go on stage and get over their stage fright face. No, no, they don't. They just internally panic and maybe have a heart attack.
Shoot, get it. I was uh, trying to get this.
Enough to get a puppy can for pup pup so we can have puppy can for.
So you're saying, so what is that? I mean, you said 101 subscribers and we would get a puppy cam. We're at like 66. Um,
I said 100. Oh, the 101.
so are you thinking like a million
Yeah,
views
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, 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 yeah. I want a puppy can. At least I can have videos on my puppy.
yeah,
Well, then, so I have an excuse to put him in a Halloween costume.
my brain just went. No, but like this is also a fundraiser for the dance studio. Not just party, but this is one of the big pushes. Um and it's assumed for every 100 people you reach with a fundraiser, 10 to 20 will donate. So, I mean, 1.2 million sound like a good
And then everyone across the globe so that they can have a puppy can. Well,
during the
ignoring the
puppy
puppy.
cam. If we get enough donations during Colorado Gives, we're going to expand the studio so we can have like 76 kids by January and possibly 100 to 200 dancers in the studio by September, which there would be babies for you.
I can really do it. There's a giant mountains. I have an excuse to go to
Um, yeah, so and this drops, like I said, it drops November 11th. We will have a podcast about how fun it was to film this on November 11th, dropping at the same time as the thingy or as a video. You're doing it to glow with Livingston. You think people should comment down below what their favorite, if they're watching on YouTube or they're on Spotify where you can leave comments, should they comment their favorite Livingston song?
Yes.
What,
Also, put the kill picture of your pet on there and also boop your pet's snoot. And if it's poisonous, just get a glove thick enough to boop its snoot.
that's the best idea. Okay, so Friday, we have Emily coming on the program. She is a therapist who does not your aunt, Emily, who we interviewed. She does art therapy with kids, and I was thoroughly impressed the entire time because therapy has changed so much since I was a child. And then next week, assuming I have not died trying to get everything prepped for Colorado Gives, we can talk about more tap. Um, Anything else? Follow you on social media, right, Leta? You're like, yes. Follow the podcast. There will be Thursday, we're going to start posting behind the scenes from the shoot. So if you want sneak peeks of the shoot before it drops on November 11th, make sure you're following Leta over on Instagram or you're following the podcast Facebook page and TikTok pages, or follow the studio Autistic Wings Dance Company too to see stuff because we're going to drop some stuff over there. Um, Anything else before we wrap it up, child mine?
I wanted a pygmy hippopotamus for Christmas. Make that a song.
Okay, so make a new song. Because you've loved pygmy hippos since we were living in Montgomery, and it was Rose or Rosie that was the baby.
Hey,
Oh, Dobby, they're border.
fish.
Apparently, people are just now realizing with Mondong and with Mars how absolutely adorbs pygmy hippos are. They are just like the cutest babies, and they are all just like little. They all have their own cute personalities, don't they, kiddo? Like, So if you've not been following Mars over in Kansas and on his journey, and the new baby pygmy hippo who was born up in but Mars is adorable. Mars is cute. Pygmy hippos are cute. Save the pygmy hippos. Anything else other than you want a baby pygmy hippopotamus for Christmas?
I want all my friends to randomly be on the Christmas tree. I take that substance and I would or do everything.
Don't want my friends to wrap this up for this week before you start discussing Santa scoop them up and bring them down my chimney tonight. Great rest of your week. Friday. She's in trouble for kidnapping her, asking Santa to kidnap her friends. I do not know.
Hello, thank you for watching the Pet Podcast, and please subscribe and also look at the adorable paper. So if you want to subscribe for it, and also please leave a like. And don't forget, if you subscribe to us, that you won't miss any of our new podcast feeds. And also, did you see the adorable paper? Don't you like it?